We have the ability to animate text in After Effects. Sure, we can move it left and right, top to bottom. We can animate the opacity, like we can do other things inside of After Effects. But we can also animate each letter and even the stroke. So I'm going to go ahead and show you by moving this guy up a little bit. And I'm going to twirl open the text to show you that we have this animate property that doesn't exist in other elements. Now, when I can twirl the text open, I can animate, of course, everything else. So I can animate the path, I can animate the transform, and everything we're used to. But I'm going to go ahead and click on this little arrow, and we can animate things that exist in the text. For example, we have a stroke and we have a fill. So I'm going to animate the stroke. Watch this. So we're going to go ahead and choose the stroke width. All right. So it adds the stroke width and it gives us the ability to have the stopwatch. And I'll turn this stopwatch on. The stroke width is currently set to 0 here, as you can see. And I'll go ahead and just make it quite large like so. I'll move ahead in my timeline a little bit and I'll drop it down all the way off. And I'll just scrub and we have animated the stroke property of the text. Let's continue and add another property. So we can go to the add section and we can add another section. For example, fill color. So let's go ahead and choose the hue. So let's see what we have here. I can scrub and change the color. So I'm going to, on this frame here, I'll go ahead and put the stopwatch on. And I'll scrub. And because the stroke is so, well, obnoxious, I'll go ahead and just drop this down a little bit so we can actually see the color change. And I will change the hue as well. I'll scrub and the text changes color. And the stroke goes away. Pretty cool stuff. If I go back to the animate property, we see we also have other things in here like character value, blur, tracking, much more stuff than we've seen before. We can animate a skew, for example. So I'll go ahead and enable the stopwatch. And just think of a skew as maybe something falling over. So I'll just go ahead and add a little tiny bit of skew like this. And the text can slide or slant to the side. So that's a skew property. Let's add something else this time, a blur. So I'm going to add on this first frame here, no blur. We'll go to the center a little bit and we'll increase the blur. We'll go to the end and we will get rid of the blur. Once again, we'll scrub to the beginning and now we have something really cool. All right, so if you're doing a music video and people are saying yay in the video and you really want to animate that, you could just say yay, you know, that kind of stuff in the video. So as you can see, text is not as boring as you might have thought. It has lots of hidden powers that live in the animate section. So give this a little experimentation, play around with it, and just add all these different properties to your text and see what you can come up with.